one coming out, big one.
Yeah. So as I was trying to comment, you know, they blocked the way Boundary Place and Burlington. They blocked the concert of telling me, you know, and we're happy to the fair. We're opening this gate. I said, no, can you just get away? You know. So the camera was recording it. This is the entrance to number 4 line. You know. So I was in the park and it was raining. So I tried to run in here. And they were blocking the way. You know, so the camera picked them up. And you have no right to block somebody from getting on the train in America. You know, it's a constitutional right that Rosa Parks had to march. That, you know, for the civil rights, the right to be able to use the transportation system in America. I was trying to pay my fare and they were blocking the way. And people were rubbing their body on me. The whole place was congested. So they're hiding under the guise that they're workers trying to get tourists. You know, but you can't hide under that guise to be sexually molesting people. Children were rubbing their body on me, and this is gross. This is gross. This is encouraging child abuse, predator, and they want to block the way. And sometimes they always try to, even when I'm here outside, you know, begging for money, they'll be trying to rub their body into me, even when it's not raining. So this is, you know, I've been noticing a pattern like that, you know. So sometimes they try to trip over my bag, you know. I'm also under federal surveillance, and then my bags will get stolen. So I think so. I guess the federal agents surveilling me for like 25 years since my mother brought me to America and I was arrested at JFK. You know, like, you know, you be the sacrifice. You know, anytime there's a problem, we just rob you, join these Black Americans to hurt you, and soon you'll be gone, dead, gone. We're not going to help investigate nothing. You know, so sometimes when I'm here early in the morning begging for money, and the police camera is recording, these Black Americans will be trying to trip over my bag, rub their body on me, and they're acting like they're Statue of Liberty workers. Not necessarily these guys, I've never seen this one before, but some of the other workers. You know, so there you have it, Captain Brian. You know, it was raining, and they were going, if the rain was much serious, they could have caused somebody to die because they were blocking the entrance of the train, which is against the law. Another Black American was causing problem. You know, actually the way that was injurious to passengers. I think 2 years ago he brought a gun to the train station. People were running at scatter. Nobody died, but people were trying to flee. Some people got injured, and it's now serving life in prison. You can't, you know, try to injure life. You know, see, the whole train is soaking wet, and they were causing stampede. People were just trying to, you know, get on the train and go back to their house or where they need to go to. And these Black Americans were blocking the way. Some of them were Spanish also. So I'm risking my life, and I noticed they always try to, you know, engage in criminal activities around me, rope me in. I've been trying to sue my mother's daughters, train maintenance on my mother killed her in Bellevue Hospital. So I'm trying to sue that the Bellevue Hospital will join my mother's daughters to frame her as crazy and kill her in 2016. So anytime, you know, you're about to get money in America, some people will devise a scheme to try to get the money from you. So I don't know why they're trying to rope me in some kind of criminal activity whereby, you know, as I was trying to swipe my card, and those Black Americans were blocking the way. You know, they pretend like they're workers looking for, they're tour guides looking for customers, but it's a heavy rain and they don't need to block the way. You know, I know they don't really enforce the rules against Black Americans. It's only me. I can't use the bathroom after I pay my train fare. It's time after also. So the Black American lesbians, I mean, Nigerian gay, I was a male, and now I'm a woman. So the lesbian women, they prefer their own fellow female. They'll be banging on the door when I'm using the bathroom. They're the Statue of Liberty cleaners. So we're going to call the police on you and lie that you're doing drugs. And they're going to frame me up and have the police kill me or arrest me on false charges and take my green card away. So please have been brought. Your fellow Black Americans are harassing Africans and want us deported. And in the Penn Station bathroom also, the Black American workers will call the police on me, especially the lesbian ones, and say, go back to Africa, nigga. You know, and so please have been brought. You can't weaponize your Black Americans to be attacking Africans. Hello, sir. Don't bump into my stuff. You know, even some Africans will join with them because Africa is divided from Nigeria. Some are from French-speaking West Africa. You know, so some people believe if they hang out with Black Americans or help Black Americans attack us in Nigeria, the police won't prosecute them. They can ride under that cloud. You know, so they created a gangster society. Some of this, I assume they speak a language. I assume it's from West Africa. They're from other countries, maybe Guinea or these West African countries. Some of them don't like Nigerians either, and some of them try to bump into me also. You know, always some sexual type abuse or menacing me. You know, they say if you're trying to get money in America, I'm trying to sue Bellevue Hospital for killing my mother. My mother's daughters were into all this fraud also. My mother said her daughters were trying to scam her, kill her early, and blame it on the hospital and get money. So my mother was going to the hospital to treat her heart disease, and the daughters came from all the way from Pennsylvania and was menacing my mother, confusing the doctors and telling doctors my mother is crazy. And because they knew my mother had high blood pressure and had a heart disease, and if you cause someone that has high blood pressure to panic, the person would die. Because me and my mother and those kids used to watch Sanford and Son in Nigeria. So you know Sanford and Son, they used to show it in Nigeria in the 80s. And you know, Sanford is an old man, Black American, with a holding his chest. They say that show was developed in England, but they chose the BBC, British Broadcast Corporation, decided to use Black American actors instead to hear it in America. You know, so you know the Sanford with holding his chest, you know, says about to die, it's about to die of a heart attack. So I believe that's why those daughters hawk that idea they can kill somebody by making them panic. Those daughters always have a violent history. Then they used to beat my mother up in Nigeria, so they want to come to America. So my mother asked them to live with a white family, and they beat the white family up. But then why they go to America? Now they graduated into killing my mother in 2015, and I guess because they're biological women. If you're black biological woman, you know, you kill your fellow black, they don't prosecute you in America. So you have been brought, those daughters were abusing my mother in Nigeria. The Nigerian, they wouldn't prosecute them either. You know, and they came to America, beat up the white family, they put them in jail temporarily, and now they graduated to killing my mother in my house in 2015. And now some Black Americans also are trying to harm me and maybe get me killed because I don't have a child. I'm unmarried, so if I get killed now, any money I have, because I'm trying to sue US immigration for arresting me wrongfully when my mother brought me in 2020 from Nigeria, say my visa doesn't cover me, which is against the law for them to arrest a minor child, because you can't separate a mother and a child. My mother had a green card then. You know, so I guess Black Americans are trying to get me to some street cuffs and overpower me and kill me and get the money for my mother's daughters, so my mother's daughters can sue the immigration and claim I was crazy of fighting people. That's why I never bothered suing for 25 years. They say if you can call yourself crazy, if you can call somebody crazy in America, that is standing statute of limitation. So they're bringing all kinds of rowdiness around me. So I've been you can't cover this up. You know, you're allowing black women abuse gays and Africans. Even when I tell you about the Black American women, workers in the park, you know, in the Standing Rock Ferry, they'll be banging the door. So get out of here, nigga. We'll call the police on you. Get out of here, nigga. You know, so you're allowing your black women to be rowdy. Having practice a disgrace. I say you're not prosecuting them. And now there's even the Spanish people are joining in. So they see the Black American women attacking Africans. The Spanish people are attacking Africans also. The Black American men are attacking Africans. My mother's daughters also killed my mother. They went from beating my mother up in Nigeria. The police in Nigeria won't prosecute them either. They said they want to come to America. My mother found them a family to stay with in 1989 or 1990 to come to America. And they beat up the white family, you know. So this is a disgrace. This is not black empowerment. As in Brad, you need to prosecute. You know, you're able to prosecute Trump. And Trump said he's going to have the charges sussed out. You and Richard James will prosecute Trump. Say, you know, you're very biased. Now you're giving this Trump the ammunition he needs. Because apparently you don't, you know, you target certain people also with your prosecution, and you can't be doing that. So please help me. My mother's daughter to be arrested, and these Black Americans are arresting me, trying to kill me, so my mother's daughter will get the money. You know, please, you gotta prosecute them. Then on September 4, 2025, I was sitting at the bus stop. It was raining on me. You know, I couldn't get on the train because I didn't have my walker, and there's no elevator. So I sat at the bus stop in the rain, and then some Black Americans came around me, were trying to rub their body on me. Then I saw asleep when I woke my eye up. My bags were gone. I had 3 bags. You know, And in that bag, I had evidence of while I was on the train, the black American lifted me up and slammed me on the floor. People ran away and it was touching my breast. He said, "You faggot, this is how you like it." You know, I was molesting on the train. He had his hand all over his fingerprints on my jacket. And now the rim has washed his fingerprint away. But he left his wristwatch behind, so I gave his wristwatch to the police to take his fingerprint, but the police wouldn't take it from me also. So, you know, he slammed me on the floor and was rubbing his body on my chest, on my body, on my neck, choking me. Said, "You faggot, this is how you like it. This is what you like, you faggot." You know, on the train, I was telling some of the train passengers that please have me contact Alvin Bragg. I'm being abused in America. He said, "Shut up, you faggot." And he came and grabbed me and was touching my breast, touching me, touching my neck. And the police wouldn't check the forensics. Now it's raining on me. I don't think the rain has washed away the forensics. Alvin Bragg, you have to help me. I sent you the video on Instagram. You don't respond to me either. So you're allowing blacks to be raped. Alvin Bragg, you're the best prosecutor, and you don't help me. So please, you're giving blacks a bad name. You know, and this Trump said he is going to toss out every charges against him and say he has proof that you're biased. You know, so you're going to allow even whites like Trump that commit crimes walk away easy. You know, this is not right. This is not right. So this is getting, you know, this is stupid. No, I was, you know, I said they're jumping on the moving train. This was some days ago. I was trying to use the bathroom at Euclid Avenue, train station women's bathroom, and the MTN workers surrounded me in the bathroom, 7 a.m. I'm like, what's the problem? And they surrounded me with the security. They don't let me use the bathroom anyway. As an African, they will try to mob me, like a gang mob. Bring little kids everywhere I go, punch me, say, you know, and they'll be saying exactly. So this is your Africans getting a karma. So this is it. Crime and some Spanish people also joining in. Because some people are bullies, and I don't think African countries sold Spanish people into slavery. But Spanish people also join and say this is your karma. You know, that you Africans sold black Americans to slavery. You know, have diarrhea, they don't let me use the bathroom. You know, so they're mobbing Africans, and the World Cup is supposed to start in New York next year, 2026. FIFA won't help me either. So they are mobbing Africans in America, so we sold out black Americans to slavery. I was mobbed upstairs also trying to get into the train station. So Alvin Bragg, they say you're not prosecuting black Americans if they don't use a gun. They're using their fist, they're slamming me, pressing my breast. So Alvin Bragg, I've sent you this video on Instagram, check out Instagram post. And I still, if you need me to send it to you again, please contact me. You know, also my phone number is 929-737-5205. If somebody can donate to my Cash App, the $NYC homeless. Please, I'm being molested, I'm being jumped, my mother's been killed, my father's been killed also. A black American that was helping me investigate this, Eric Garner, was choked dead also by the police. You have been back representing Eric Garner. He said his death was suspicious. And now, you're the lawyer for Eric Garner. You said his death was suspicious, and now you don't want to help me, Alvin Bragg. Are you trying to cover up Eric Garner's murder? You know, so Alvin Bragg, the blood will be on your hand, because you were telling the press that Eric Garner's death is suspicious, the way the police killed him. And now I'm the living proof. I told Eric Garner to help me with my court papers, and the police went and took him there soon after that, close to my birthday in 2014. So why are you not interested in Eric Garner's case? Is it because the police gave Eric Garner family $5 million? That's why you want to cover up the murder? Now that police gang and the black American cohorts are still targeting me as the living witness. So you got blood on your hand, Alvin Bragg. It's a war crime to cover up a racialized killing. That regardless like a racialized killing. They said the police were targeting people that would sue them, or they said Eric Garner was also trying to sue them. And it was my friend trying to help me sue the police also. The case was filed in Brooklyn Federal Court at the time. I saw it. It's called 13 CV 5052. You know, so Alvin Bragg, and you chose to voluntarily run for Manhattan prosecutor. And it seems karma is getting you, because now you're trying to hide and cover up Eric Garner's murder. After you and Eric Garner's family said his killing was suspicious. And now when I send you videos to hide it, so you're putting you and Eric Garner's family at risk of cover up of a murder. It doesn't matter if it's a family member, you can't cover up a crime. You know, even if it's your family member. So please, be aware you're treading a line that even this Trump can prosecute you. I don't know what's going on in America, but nobody's helping me. Anything that involves me, nobody wants to touch it. And it's fine, the International Criminal Court can take up the case also. I'm not telling any of you But this is, my life is in danger, my mother's been killed, my father's been killed, a black American female has been killed, and look what you turn America into. People trying to rub their body on you, trying to rape you on the moving train. A guy grabbed me on the moving train. You know, so Fisher is not safe. They're like molesting people on the moving train, and this having drug is not prosecuting them. You know, and hardly do you see people paying their fare. You know, and it's me that pay my fare that they molest rape on the train, and they won't help me.